Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Derk,
Harron.
back with another comic review for you guys for this week. And this week we are sticking straight horror, you guys. No DC Comics this week. This is straight out of, what is it, Image? Who is this?
Image.
Yeah, Image, okay. This is a simple, self-contained, 4-issue limited series that is horror all the way called Winnebago Graveyard. And here are all 4 issues just to prove our geekery.
Bam.
Yeah, so there we go. I'm spreading the wrong ones. And to make that just a little bit easier, there you go. You guys can look at the first issue cover right there. But yeah, so this one is, again, very similar to... it feels like there are homages to a number of films in this. There's a little bit of From Dusk Till Dawn, family traveling in a Winnebago. There is a little bit of The Hills Have Eyes. There's a little bit of even The Void, I felt like, with the cultiness, the figures, you know what I mean? So it's a mishmash of a lot of things, and for me it was a very mixed bag. Because I felt like the artwork could be described the same way, a mishmash of good and bad. So I know it's going to be an interesting discussion because I think we have differing viewpoints on this one slightly, or vastly. But yeah, so overall, I liked certain aspects. I was not a fan of other aspects of this. So Dirk, your thoughts?
I really loved the artwork. Actually, I thought it gave it a very theatrical feel. You can tell by the artist that she used photo references, especially for the characters. I was pretty amazed by all the detail in the issues. I know that at some points it just it feels a bit jarring. But I think that it adds to like the tension and of the situation, especially for the family that's involved in the story. But it is a simple story. It's there's not much to it. There's not much dialogue, and it is very imagery focused. Mm-hmm. But and that's what I love about it, actually. And then, I think that it definitely deals with like the occult and like this strange town that they wander into, and but I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It's actually one of my favorites, like when it comes to like some of the horror comics, especially since it's kind of like a standalone 4-issue. Mm-hmm. It really stands on its own. It really doesn't need any more to be said, which sometimes
I feel like it does.
It needs more.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like it needs a lot more because because it's so decompressed. There's, like you said, there's very little dialogue. There's a lot of big panels, like big even spreads and things like that, and it makes for a very not only quick read, but a very light read. And while it is, just characters sort of going through situations that, I mean, even that, it felt rushed, unfortunately, as a result, and I felt like there was very little characterization. There's very little characterization going on. You get a little bit, at the very beginning when you get the kid is pissy, and that's it. That's the only characterization you get for the entire comic, and that can't be the case. I don't care about their peril.
No.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't care about their peril if I don't know anything about the characters. If I don't care about the characters, why do I care if they're in peril? That's the whole point of a good movie, spending the first 30 minutes getting you to get to know characters, get to like characters, so you care when they start dying. This is like, oh, your son's angry. Oh, I don't get it. It's just a phase. And it's like, it's like over-trod territory too, the little bit of characterization that we got. So what I loved about the comic was the gore. I loved the gore, and I did like some of the artwork. But what I didn't like in the artwork was the absolute inconsistencies in the way the characters were drawn. Sometimes, like their noses were in different places. Sometimes, like it was just too inconsistent for my tastes, because I read a shit ton of comics and I see nothing but consistency across the board. So this is like, it really stands out to me. I do read a lot of independent stuff too, but this is even rough by independent standards, in my opinion.
I completely disagree. I think that
Do you think it's just a style choice or what?
well, yeah, well, it definitely has kind of a rougher feel to it, but I feel that I know that you can even tell by the just the style that she's working off of photos. It's probably like her friends or something like that. But even though like there are rough panels, I think that it really kind of gives you the feel of like these characters are real in a sense. Like I think that comics nowadays are just a little too cartoony for me, and I like it when it's a little rougher. They're focused on like more of just the movement or gesture drawings, to make it seem more realistic, more theatrical, especially like with this comic. And the focus on the backgrounds. I was really amazed by like how much detail is in some of these backgrounds. But when you say that the characters didn't have much development, I believe that even though there isn't much dialogue, I think that you can feel the tension right off the bat. You have to remember that this is like a family that are going on this trip, but it's a weird dynamic. Here's this mother and her son, and now it's a teenage kid who thought that he was going to get to spend the summer with his dad, and now he's like having to deal with like we don't really know if it's like just like a boyfriend that his mother has now, or like his stepdad, but you feel this tension right off the bat, and I think that's interesting, and then so already the stepdad or boyfriend and the kid are banging heads, and like he's really trying to like build like this sort of family moment for the three of them, and so I think that what they were just originally supposed to be doing is just having this road trip, and then it ends up that they end up like seeing this like amusement park, and it's like kind of like really run down and like kind of creepy looking, but actually the teenage son is like intrigued by it just because it like just seems so dangerous. Mm-hmm. And then they're going on the rides and everything, and then it gets to the point where now it's getting dark, so they go back to their Winnebago and it's not there, and so already like they really don't know what to do. And then while that's kind of going on, we see that there's this like cult that like have captured this couple, and now they're putting them on these mantles.
Someone's calling. They're pissed at my review.
and then they cut open the guy, and then like these hands come out of this dude, and then like you realize that they've like resurrected their leader, and then so yeah, there's like a ton of gore, and there's also other resurrections and stuff like that in the comic that like I feel like sure, yeah, there isn't the dialogue, there isn't like so much backstory behind these characters. It's just kind of like you're kind of thrown into the mix with like these kind of two plots colliding at one point in the story. So I don't know, man. I thought visually it was really cool, and even though
we're talking about it, and we're not even showing any of it.
And sometimes, like
actually,
I really,
issues, so just
I usually not. I'm usually not a fan of like simple reads where like you're spending like $4, $3, even $5 on some of these comics, and yeah. So
okay, wait. Let me get rid. Oh, damn it, screen. Get rid of this.
So and so like you feel like you want a little bit more for your buck, and I think that the artwork necessarily does give you what you're paying for. It really does kind of create.
See, some stuff I like pages like this one, like where the style is like really making it feel otherworldly.
Yeah,
that I like, but then like this, like it's just a weird mouth and like.
I think it's creepy. Look at the jagged, gross teeth.
Let me find a good example of what I was talking about. See, like there's some stuff that's cool that works, but like some of the face stuff is just so rough sometimes, man. And like just I don't know. I'm trying to find a good example of this issue. I have to look at it. Yeah, I don't know. Go here, I guess. I mean,
but I think that there's just there's interesting angles. Like it almost has like sometimes where like maybe the artist.
I don't know. Now I'm looking at this issue. I'm thinking I might have been too harsh, but well, no. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. This is specifically what I'm talking about. Like, hang on. Let me get over to this page. So look at the dude here, right? Look at him. That's the same guy in this panel and up here, right? Up here. His face is a completely different shape. Like, it's not consistent. That I don't like that. That doesn't work for me. It looks like a totally different dude. The hair is different. Like, you gotta make it consistent. Like, and it's just a couple times, and it's just a little bit of stuff, but it's enough to pull me out of it. Where I'm like, man, it just needs some finesse, just a little bit of finesse. To me.
Yeah. But what I was trying to get at is that it does have a bit more of like a gesture drawing feel to it. So that it is rough at portions in the comic. I'll totally agree with that. But one thing that I just I like it when people have like different kind of art styles and stuff like that. I think that one thing that I've really fallen out of superhero comics recently. I think that they all kind of look the same, and it's a little too cartoony, too gimmicky for me, and I'm not willing to put my money towards it anymore. I'm looking for stuff that's more original and just like that has a new take on these stories, because a lot of stuff, like sure you can compare it to other things, but if there's something that's a little different, especially like when it comes to art, to me, that's why I love watercolor art so much. I love like the beautiful mistakes that watercolor can do, and this is not a watercolor comic, but I love the gesturistic feel that you see with the movement of the characters. Sure, maybe the faces look a little different in certain panels, but like there's a very minimal amount of characters in this book, so like you can really follow along. So that's just me.
All right. Well, and I guess we should say it's about a family crossing the country or something, going on a trip in a Winnebago that get in a fight and pull off the side of the road, see a carnival, go to the carnival where there's a bunch of weird people, and they go back and their Winnebago's been stolen, and suddenly they are being chased by hooded figures that are a part of a cult of some kind, trying to track them down and kill them. And they raise monsters and deal in demons and whatnot, and that's basically the size of it. Will the family escape or won't they? So, yeah, just so you guys know what it's about. I should have said that a lot sooner. But yeah, that's going to be Winnebago Graveyard, you guys. Read it yourselves and let us know what you think in the comments down below, or let us know if this interests you at the very least, or if it doesn't. I want to know if there's any other people that would have that same problem with the artwork that I did, or if you're more in Derk's camp. I'm curious. Let's get that conversation going. So thanks very much for watching. Make sure you click the link in the description box to our merch store to support the channel with some really cool designs for the horror show, including the new Penny Smile shirt, which I should put on. But yeah, along with some other really cool ones. If you do, like I said, you'll be supporting the channel and we greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I'm Cecil Laird.
Dirk Harron.
And remember, stay scared.